keep up with Argentina. And in some ways, it will be up to Argentina to end that dream earlier. It could be an interesting night. Fireworks at the start.
Yeah, and during the match, for sure. That's what these fans packed into the chocolate box will expect as the anthems ring out.
A continuación, entonamos nuestro himno nacional argentino. Entona las estrofas del himno nacional argentino, Soledad Pastorutti.
That'll bring tears to your eyes. What a wonderful, different rendition. It brought a smile to Messi's and this lad. That's a wonderful introduction and an amazing type of delivery.
Pretty good. ✰ and now at nighttime, it is Messi time. The eyes lighting up with what's in the skies, but what is on the ground might be even more amazing. Take a look at our starting lineups here today. Mentioned Caballero with the injury to Romero opens a door, perhaps at least as that third goalkeeper. And then as you take a look, Eduardo Salvio, a late addition, he will jump into that back line at right back in place of Cristian Ansaldi. It's a more attacking formation under Sampaoli, and maybe even a little bit more of that 3-3-1-3 that Sampaoli picked up from Bielsa. Meanwhile, for Haiti, their best player unavailable in Donald Guerrier. Will tell you why. Johnny Placide, the veteran goalkeeper who plays at Oldham now, and his teammate Duckens Nasson up front, another player from Oldham. Marc Goyat going with Fabien Forbes and Jimmy Shamar Sanon, two names that ring in the history books of Haitian football, including their lone World Cup appearance. And now the two teams at midfield with a sign of unity as the crest on the Haitian flag alludes to strength in unity. Brilliant scenes Much talk about Lionel Messi. This is likely Angel Di Maria's last chance at the World Cup saloon as well. Javier Mascherano approaching his 34th birthday. He's still out there in the midfield. And Gonzalo Higuain, the Juventus striker, also 30 years of age.
Well, one of the greats of Argentine football, the great Mascherano. That's so many games he's played in. Was never more so dominable than he was in the World Cup, where he was as good as Lionel in many departments. On the other side of the defensive situation, he was a Hercules.
And the reason 143 stands out is that now ties him with Javier Zanetti as the all-time cap king. And again, with the friendlies in the World Cup coming up, it will be his crown alone in just a few weeks' time. Messi to midfield to meet Johnny Placide, the 30-year-old goalkeeper for Haiti. Arnaldo Rodriguez, the referee. Lionel Messi getting ready for action. The captain's armband firmly on that left arm. Argentina's hopes weighing just as firmly on that left boot. Third meeting between these two. 1974, of course, in that World Cup, as the Paraguayan ref ready to get us underway.
Now this crowd going to give the Albiceleste a wonderful send-off, and they expect this one to be an indication of what is to come against Croatia, Iceland and Nigeria. It looks as if they're going to book their ticket at the top of that table, but in the likes of Croatia and Nigeria, Phil, teams are always promised a lot, haven't delivered, but Argentina certainly have produced some spellbinding games in their World Cups historically. And let's give Haiti some absolute recognition that they deserve that 74 World Cup. Of course, a lot of players that I played with and against. Nono Baptiste wasn't there, but Nono in Haiti now, and always a great ambassador for Haitian football. Arsène Auguste, Pelau, Manu Sanon, Franz Mathieu. These were names of the likes of those great Argentine players of their generation, Phil, that were celebrated here tonight. As nobody loves their football more than the Haitian people. We know it, we see it and feel it here down in South Florida. But they've fallen on a bit of rough times, but it's a country that always comes back against the cruelty of Mother Nature. So good luck, Haiti.
All the way into the middle, and as I mentioned, Eduardo Salvio getting a chance here today. Lanzini is well out wide on this right side.
Now there's a player. For me, this is a good inclusion. Lanzini, I've been going on about him all season long in England. This is a real footballer, unquestionably, and given the opportunity now to shine, 25-year-old, coming to the peak of his game, started out at River Plate, went to Al Jazeera, and now at West Ham United. But he has been playing some beautiful football, Phil. If anybody watching has seen this kid at West Ham, they know it's true quality. We'll see if he lives up to the heavy shirt of the ☆Celeste tonight.
All the way out on that far side, the long locks of Zachary Erivo, born in Japan but moved to Boston as a youngster and plays for the New England Revolution.
Wow.
He's been all around. Well, tucked back into the middle, actually sneaks through past Alceus, and now Gonzalo Higuain, the ☆Celeste with the black shorts, moving from the left to the right. The red and blue of Haiti defending the goal towards the right.
Always very confident and available, Manuel Lanzini. Wearing the 15 shirt, people. Let's see what he's got in his chamber, because it's usually very classy.
Ball down into the corner, swept away. Tagliafico, the left back, dispossessed. It'll be a throw in about the top of the box.
Another one. A few caps for Argentina, given his chance to shine tonight.
Messi back to his left.
Oh, what a
slots it through. Tagliafico rolls it back to Mascherano. 143rd cap, tying Zanetti on the all-time list. Out wide, Lo Celso. Another one of those Rosario products, and a foul just on the sideline as Tagliafico tumbles. Carlins, the right back from Auxerre, whistled for the foul. Again, Salvio, Otamendi, Fazio, Tagliafico, the back line. Mascherano, Lo Celso with Lanzini and Di Maria flanking Messi. Higuain up front as Messi gets set to put this one in play. Fazio at 6'5" should have a clear advantage here. Ricardo Ade, the 6'3" center back, the tallest defender out there for Haiti. Setting up a line just inside the 18. Placide leaning near post. Messi across. Almost finds Di Maria, but tackled away. Touched back, and a bouncer into the arms of the Oldham keeper.
Wonderful ball, flighted into that back post again. Messi capable of dropping a pint of beer into a thimble over distance, and did so again there.
Scrambling over to try and beat Messi, and tackling it away at the last moment. Looked like Alceus, and now chance for Arcas up the line. In for Erivo. And reaches out and grabs as he's dispossessed. Just a little too tricky for his own good. Speaking of talent, by the way, of Rosario, injuries hampered him as a player, but that just started his coaching career early. Has had some phenomenal success, but maybe a few doubts. It's a chance to put his name in the history books as well. Mascherano caught flat-footed a bit.
Good ball.
Erivo with a little help into the middle, but his pass behind.
A poor ball.
And Lanzini back to
player
win it.
over on the right side, making a good strong overlap. decides to cut inside rather than going to the flank.
Fico inside Lo Celso. Played pretty much anywhere in that midfield three for PSG this year. Still just 22.
Good ball, Lanzini.
Messi slots it wide. Di Maria goes back post.
Wonderful build-up this, as I said. Watch out for this kid, Manuel Lanzini. He starts the dominoes falling. There's a beautiful little touch pass into Lionel. And then this one, obviously, is pixel perfect. I thought he could have picked out Lo Celso there. He goes for that back post, I believe, with the shots, but Lo Celso was making a good run inside of the box.
Di Maria spotting Messi, headed back bravely to Placide. But again, if it's not flashy, it's not Haiti. Mishak Jerome. Jacksonville Armada, where he is plying his trade now.
I don't think it was risky at all. I think it was absolute class from the Haitian, Phil.
Out wide.
Now, if Mascherano had done that in the box, you wouldn't have been saying it was flashy, would you? What a ball!
Forward, Messi settles, tries to find the far corner, denied.
One touch to control, one step in, and then the rainbow. Beautiful ball from Maché. One touch in straight, but he just can't get enough arc on it. Stupendous control, and this one could have been well over hit and still found the target, but the finish just too soft. What a ball from Mascherano.
Nassan retreats. Argentina swinging the ball left and right.
You mentioned it before, Dukans Nazan, Phil. He's been a player that's been banging in the goals.
Nearly won every other game.
Yeah, and two, not good enough to get into that Wolves team, which is really no condemnation because they have been playing some fabulous football. So he's been on loan to Oldham, and he's been very, very good. The Coventry, another team that's really showing well, just been promoted up the division, so the kid is with good clubs.
Beautiful settle. Di Maria tries to drive it across, deflected away. They'll get a corner. Good look at Higuaín. 31 goals in his 70 appearances, but it's just like that fisherman on the weekend, the ones that got away that define his career to this point. Back for Messi on the right foot, trying to sneak it in. Arivo clears, but quickly regains. Salvio, who you and I, in his first game as a teenager, he was a striker on the Argentine youth teams, but Sampaoli playing him at right back today, and here he goes back to his attacking roots. Salvio, dribble do Vaca as he goes around the defender.
Wonderful little run this. Squirrel on a telephone wire with a touch that gets him past the last defender. See you later, alligator. Catch you on the other side. Wonderful drive and run from Salvio. As you said, started out at Lanús before heading to Atletico Madrid, when we've seen him in his absolute pomp. Benfica lad now.
Whistles across the six, headed down by Higuaín, but goes wide.
And as we saw in the wonderful legends that were paraded before, somewhere Senor Brown is looking down, saying, ah.
That's not how you do it.
What a player he was.
Again, in case you missed it before the match, some of the players from the 1978 and 86 teams were honored. Américo Gallego, another one who turned into a pretty good manager.
Wonderful man, wonderful manager.
These are the nicest things you've said about River Plate in years, by the way.
Well, credit where credit's due. Look out!
Messi breaks into the 18, drives it low, Placide gets low quicker.
Rouses the crowd. Wonderful run. Nowhere near enough pop on this one. Brilliant quicksilver turn. Ribbing away. Holding off Alceus. And then firecracker easily handled by Johnny.
Placide out of that hotbed in France at Le Havre. Now Nissan's teammate at Oldham. There's Kantav.
He's a good goalkeeper in his younger days as well, this lad in between the sticks for Haiti, Phil. He's French under 21 international and got, I think, 7 caps for the French national team at that under 21 level. This gentleman on the ball.
And again, if you followed Haiti, goalkeeping has been an adventure at times. Placide, well, I guess appropriate to the name, has calmed things down. 35 caps. Approaching the quarter-hour mark. Maybe getting around that point where some of the fans here at La Bombonera are wondering, wait, why haven't we scored yet? Haiti, a late makeup. Initially, Nicaragua had been on the schedule, but Haiti able to slide. And this was the sacrificial lamb of sorts. Sampaoli wanting to get a good send-off, an emotional send-off before they head to Europe. Haiti dropping back, 4-1, 4-1. Slotted wide on this right side for Salvio. The step over, the cross, and it's headed away by Ade.
If we take a look at this again, this is where Higuaín frustrates a lot of players, a lot of people. It's a wonderful run and a lovely little dinked-in ball, but there's nobody in that central attack for possibly a better invitation. It seemed as if Higuaín wanted that one delivered into his feet.
Ball slammed back to midfield.
He certainly got the lines drawn up very nicely in the opening 13 minutes. Exactly what Sampaoli wanted. A tough team, I said it in the preview, will be organised and tough to break down under Colat, and making it very difficult for any easy shot at goal, but they have been finding their way through Haiti with beautiful knifing passes, and that'll please the boss of Sampaoli. He's looking for, again, that rhythm and that connection, little understanding. Glorified friendly game as it is, Phil, under these bright lights of Bombonera and demanding crowd. Will be certainly expecting a goal or two before the half-time whistle.
Of course, also
all due respect to Haiti.
Totally different than what they should expect to face in their opener against Iceland. Yeah. And then Croatia, which, well, Argentina might be favored. You kind of sense that might be the battle for the group lead, and they will close out against a Nigeria squad that many still have not been able to pigeonhole. It's a transitional squad, a few remnants from the past, and some very promising new players. Won't be easy, but Argentina's still the favorite to get out.
Oh!
It in. Off balance on the strike. Tagliafico still in play.
Again, finding the way through beautifully and finding their targets inside.
Hangs it high. Sliding over in time was Carlins. One back. Ooh. Reaching out, and a penalty called. Flying in was Lo Celso, and he gets caught.
It's a drive and run. Lo Celso definitely gets caught from Ade. Comes through just reckless, Phil. It's a big swing at a ball that's not there. This wonderful attack started with brilliant play from Di Maria out wide, and that needs to be identified. It was exceptional play from Angel. But here's the Lo Celso thing, and that's a bit naughty. Again, drives past the first one, and that's a wicked challenge. This one, you can see he is nowhere near, and Ade gets his machete out of his jockstrap there.
Well, that sets up the chance from the spot, and Lionel Messi, who has scored 61 times in his 123 prior matches, he's already the all-time goal-scoring king.
Johnny playing some good main games with Lionel here and needs all the aces in his hand to save this penalty. Big lad to beat. Got good spring in his step, very athletic. And this is one that he hopes he's going to be able to tell his grandkids about. The night I denied Lionel Messi.
Well, for the Blaugrana, he's had his issues from the spot. What about for the Albiceleste tonight? Messi. Off the fingertips and to the back of the net.
Great attempt by Johnny Placide. Reads the eyes of Messi. But Messi, with the power and the placement, does enough under the pressure. And fans go nuts. A great attempt from the Oldham lad in between the sticks. We see it again. He guesses the right way, but the height of the ball, as much as the placement of it, is just too much for him to handle. He's so close. He's off his line when it's struck, but referees don't care about that, evidently. And number one goes in for the man who continually receives all the adulation. And it's entirely justified, Phil. It's not about hype with him. It's all about the talent, and we take it all too much for granted. How many times do you hear people say, well, if Messi done that, they'd be raving about him? He's always held as the standard for footballers. You see it all over the world continually. My God, the pressure on him is just extortionate, exorbitant, and inordinate. But that's what he's been blessed with, that type of talent. We expect it all the time.
Sliding in Lanzini. Gets it back from Salvio. Mache, soft touch. Quick feet, Messi. Gets away from Herrero, far side, Di Maria.
Oh,
Messi pulls it back. Chipping it back. Tapping it wide, but the offside flag was up.
He's trying to find Lanzini with this pass, I believe. Wonderful play. Started by him. Great initiation, of course. But then when it comes back to the bald head of Mache, Lionel takes off. Hocus pocus there. Mache sees the run. Oh, Phil. Maybe a frog's hair offside.
Another chance played back. Higuaín harassing.
Well played again, Johnny.
Near side, Alex Jr.
That challenge that came through by Ricardo Ade. I've been on the receiving end of those sorts of challenges in my day playing against Franz Mathieu when he played for the Chicago Sting.
You still have the scars to prove it.
I'm telling you, but what a good footballer Mathieu was as well. That generation, man, they threw up some tremendous players. Philippe Vauban, the midfielder for that 1974 Haitian World Cup.
Well, his nephew out there, get to that in a moment.
Yeah. A fabulous player. No.
Beautiful spin.
Brilliant.
Drops for Higuaín. Down goes Placide, and it's cleared away to safety.
Looks at deaf heaven and curses it with his bootless cries. Again, we are entertained. It's applaudable in its failure. Again, the setup, Phil, is what will please Sampaoli. The finishing knives will be sharpened, approaching the showdown in Russia. But the inventiveness and the creativity from a team cobbled together, yep, they like what they see so far.
Threaded for Salvio. Again, on the list right now, thanks to his play at Benfica. Changes can be made up to 24 hours before that opener against Iceland. ģSōɪᴛ with a nice bit of dribbling himself.
Yeah.
Nasson bursting through. ģSōɪ�, the Rev, just sees it touched away. Ade. Hard pass out wide. ģSōɪ�.
That pass from Federico Fazio, as the ball came to him on that back line, needed to connect with his midfield, and then the Albi Celesti would have been off to the races. Fazio's had a tremendous season for Mr. James Pilota's wonderful Roma, of course, and expect bigger things of Roma next season. Fazio is one that I always thought should be given more of a chance in the Argentina defence, Phil, and just of late he's starting to be reintroduced. The ex-Sevilla man, he was wonderful at Sevilla for so many years. That's good play again. Nicely.
Free in the midfield, still holding on through a triple team. And Mishak Jerome, although doesn't get much help from Cardlins up front. Almost. Ade steps up.
Would have been off anyhow. Good tackle.
Right in front of the referee, and the Paraguayan will blow the whistle. Lanzini whistled.
This is wonderful. Cut back here. Tremendous play from Tagliafico. And then again, abracadabra. Makes himself a nice little foot of space there. Gonzalo, and then detonates it, but just not quite enough with the pop. But he did well to get out of that. In a lifetime, I really didn't recognize that. As you see, the barking voice of the Haitian defenders and attackers. That was Dugans Nazon.
Midway point of this opening half.
Once more service, Phil. Some great little players here for the Haitians.
Beautiful ball filling the gap. White rifle towards that near post by Tagliafico, but it sails.
Great run. What a delivery. He sees the pass, inviting the run, and then it holds up for him. Nice touch to control. A hit, just a little.
Something Sampaoli working on as he used Higuaín to draw the central defender out, then used Tagliafico to attack that space. How much do you think he's showing? How many wrinkles is he testing out here for those 3 group games?
I don't think there's any wrinkles or any sort of big master plan being protected. He's playing against a team that you know they have the upper hand with, so he's allowing some players likes of Tagliafico and Lanzini the chance to get up on the highway and dance. Are they going to take the place of the likes of Banega and Marcos Rojo? It's good players, keeping good players out. That's a great pass.
Lanzini square, settling.
Brilliant!
Chipped across Lo Celso. And the volley from Di Maria just bounces wide.
We've seen it too many times. This is again magical football from the Albi Celesti, started by the wizard. Again, Messi, a lovely cut back here from Lanzini, and then it finds Di Maria again. Lovely ball over the top from Lo Celso, and Di Maria, man, what a big, well, that would have been a cherry the size of a bowling ball placed on the top. Beautiful construction, and it's not as if they're just because of the way the Haitians were defending there. They were all on top, they were in the right place, but it was the quickness and the decision-making of Argentina that just caught out Haiti. Not sure anybody would be able to have stopped that attack at any one pass. And you people with your fancy machines, you go back and take a look at that. There's some wonderful quicksilver decision-making and passes that find the targets. Makes Haiti look as if they were just deconstructed there by wonderful football.
Nice try on that last push forward by Alex Jr.
Another good run.
Now down for Salvio.
Again,
tries to
this
cut
under
back.
control. It's such a high speed. His first touch is soft as a lover's kiss, and then he's still able to touch it, control it, invite the challenge on. Some bright performances here that Sampaoli's going to be pleased with on an individual basis.
Driving in Messi along the goal line, flips it back, shot blocked, denied Otamendi, second ball still in, Higuaín wide, and a little stumble by Di Maria. Ade cuts in for Fabian Forbes, the nephew of the aforementioned Philippe Forbes. Nice play, Herrevaux keeps it moving, Forbes out wide. His cousin Sebastian, another former Haitian national team player from not that long ago. By the way, there is a Sanon out there as well. Haven't seen much of him out here with the long hair at the bottom of the screen. Jimmy Chamar Sanon, the Quebec-born winger.
Yeah, it's a common name in Haiti, Phil, but
I'm sure a lot of fans would love to see Forbes to Sanon again.
Ain't many players of Manu Sanon's caliber back in his day.
A lovely gentleman as well.
I've got a great picture of my memories playing against Sanon, and he played for, I think it was San Diego, if I remember correctly. And he was voted Haiti's athlete of the century, Sanon. A player and a half. Remember when he shocked Italy with that opener? Shook the world.
And
the Haitians.
From Philippe Forbes.
Yes. That created so much tension. What a side that was as well that Haiti played that day with the likes of Mazzola, Riva, Quinalia. Giorgio Quinalia was subbed off that game, and that really ignited a lot of bad blood between George and the Italian FA, I remember. But what a game. Went on to lose 3-1 Haiti, but that was their glorious moment.
Out wide, Salvio sneaks it across the six.
What a save! What a save by Johnny!
Higuaín inches away.
Yeah, inches away. But what a good ball to find him, and what a tremendous save to deny him.
Celso again, dribbling into trouble. Mishak Jerome hauled down by his counterpart, and a late whistle to deny Tagliafico.
Giving the thumbs up for the service again. It's not going his way. Maché leads out wide, and again this wonderful ball played in from Lanzini. Oh, excuse me, it's Fazio, and this beautiful ball played in, and again the Salvio pass into Higuaín, so close, and then takes it out on the upright. Both Salvio and Tagliafico, Phil, showing up very brightly, aren't they?
Well, it was Sampaoli who said this is his type of team.
Out. Offside.
Di Maria stopped by the flag.
Takes off too quick here, and he should have known better. Wonderful ball played in by Mascherano to Leo, and then again in the blink of a wasp's eye, Leo finds the target, but it's well offside.
Sampaoli saying this is a team that's always got its eye on the opposition's goal. Demands so much of his players that sometimes on the club level in those 38-game marathons, by the end of the season they're exhausted, but in a short tournament, well, we've already seen what he could do with Chile. Copa America crown.
And University de Chile, where he was absolutely magnificent with that team.
Mascherano parries it away. It'll be a throw in by Haiti. About level with the top of the box is Brian Alceus, the ex-Bordeaux youngster. At his debut a couple of years ago against Colombia, his first action since. Just under a quarter hour remains. Out comes Placide, and he gets there.
Again, incredible vision, but look at the touch from Messi. Applies the negative spin on the ball, so the ball will hold up for Higuaín. But again, Johnny Placide off of his goalkeeper's lane like a teenager on a hot rod.
Good ball out wide, but again the flag comes up just a little too far afield. Alex Christian. And that might not have been the right call. Looks like Otamendi may be keeping him on, but still down just 1-0 on the Messi penalty. Plenty for Marquez to like in this first half.
Good ball.
On the outside shoulder for Di Maria. Tries to drive it in. Well defended. Alceus coming back. This plays at Stade Bordelais now, the 5'8" midfielder. Throw in Argentina. 5 yards from the flag. Higuaín double teamed, comes out of it though. Talk about that. 3-1 against Italy. They also scored against Argentina in their World Cup finale in '74. It was Manu Senon again. Although Hector Yasalde scored a brace in Argentina's 4-1 win. Riveau going up against Messi, and now Argentina retreats.
And of course that Poland team beat them very emphatically, didn't they? And that was a good Polish side. That
was it, 7-0. Likes of Lato and Dana.
Yeah.
Pretty good players back in those days, Ray.
Yeah. Has Dana, of course, another one that played in the San Diego with the old North American Soccer League. Tremendous player.
Mascherano getting a chance to shake it off. And that draws a nice round of applause from the Cap King.
Remember, one of the great lines of that Haitian team in 1974, where all the questions were coming out, and one of the players says, "Yes, we voodoo very nicely." So when they took the lead against Italy, man, you thought, well, they got the voodoo working here. That was such a memorable goal.
Di Maria makes the run off the give and go. Tackled away at the last moment.
Fabulous touch. This is a volley. 1-2. Wonderful return.
Gutsy tackle by Carlins Arcus, but he got the ball.
ģSOʟ that comes in and plays this ball back with fabulous touch and weight for the return pass.
Well, the Argentine fans still cheering, even with just the 1-goal lead. 10 minutes to go. Touched away. Flag comes up. Foul against Nesson. There you see the cleats on the back of the Achilles. Well, they do have the lead. They have the majority of the possession.
Again, this is not a game that everybody's going to be dissecting down to the tactical. So it's about the rhythm, and it's about getting players like that involved with passes like that.
Drives it across. Elivo trying to lift it into space. Tagliafico reaches in and pulls down Cantave. The Ottawa-born attacker applies his trade in Spain now. Denied a chance for the break. And Ray, you say not everyone's going to be pulling out the scalpel. Remember, this is Jose Sampaoli, the guy that turned down the Penthouse when he was given charge of Chile to get a little one-bedroom apartment across from the stadium. All he wanted was a big screen TV and a DVR, because when he wasn't at the stadium, he wanted to be in front of the screen analyzing the games. Now what? At midfield. Slotted forward to Nassan. But the return pass out wide. Just a bit too far for
Some of the
Zackery.
decisions by him that have caused one or two rules of concern is his complete, it seems, love affair with Lucas Biglia, and not starting tonight, the Milan man, but this is a good opportunity for the likes of Mascherano and Lanzini to establish themselves. And of course, Icardi is the one that he's taken a little bit of criticism for, and the way Higuaín has been in front of goal here tonight, there'll be another set of circumstances that will be brought up and analysed for sure. Higuaín needs to get on the score sheet a couple of times here tonight. We talk about players that really need to just show up a little bit brighter. And too many times, Gonzalo, fantastic form for Juventus, inspirational displays of magnificent football in a penalty box predator role. Pulls on that blue and white shirt, Phil, not so much.
Messi sneaks it forward. Mishak Jerome stepping out. Jerome, the only player to have actually played against Argentina before for this Haiti side, back in 2010. Had a domestic side with the likes of Martin Palermo and company, former Boca legend. 7 minutes left in the opening half. Here is Otamendi. Lanzini for Salvio.
Run.
Takes the touch, battling step for step with Christian, but Lanzini bangs it inside. Play on, says the ref. Not enough for a handball. Mascherano there to sweep things clean.
A real lone wolf, Dukans Nazon here tonight. Totally isolated in that point of the pyramid for Haiti. Understandable. Not trying to really contain this rabbit hole attack of Argentina, who have been finding their burrows and getting through, but again,
just
the
to
one
give
goal standing, this penalty kick, it's a good ball, nearly.
Headed back to the middle. Higuaín challenges and gets there.
Well played.
Physical battle with Jerome, and now knocks it back to Salvio. Just to give you an idea of the Haitian mentality.
Magic.
As the ball finding Messi, drives to the inside, but Ade read the pass.
Looking for Di Maria with that little knife pass in the end there, Lionel, and close to finding it. That's good defending at the back.
Ray, of the 6 field players on the bench for Haiti, only one is a defender. So I have a feeling they will try and give Nasson a little bit of help. One of them, the New York Red Bulls product, Derek Etienne, the legacy for this national team. His dad by the same name, former Haitian international himself. Snapped away Alceus, but right back to Argentina. Otamendi, Salvio wide, scrambling over Sanon.
Good athleticism again from the Haitian 5 in front of that back 4, and very, very close to that back line as well, aren't they? There's very little space to find the way through, and because they're so well conditioned and athletic, they move quickly. A lot of big lads out there, but it takes something special to find them.
Just too far for Salvio, keeps it in, still loose on the clearance. Jerome will get the second chance. Right in front of the referee. Hervé trying to pass it away, taken down. Under Coyato, Ray. There's a bit more discipline. We saw that indiscipline cost them as Ade was whistled for the foul inside the box for the penalty. But for the most part, they've stayed composed.
Oh, and then for Argentina, they haven't had enough of a threat coming the other way from this Haitian side in attack, and that is the one area that Argentina fans are more concerned about than anywhere. It's that defensive, you want to call it frailty, but it's certainly a weakness of defensive discipline. Phil, Sampaoli hasn't been able to cure. The attack is radiant, but that's not going to win you World Cups by itself. Of course, the big carrot on the stick for Argentina is knowing that if they are fortunate and good enough to win the World Cup, every one of them will retire as legends, and in a country that absolutely worships football, anybody else, they will have that, but big pressure on them, Phil. I'm not sure that Messi is going to be even capable, even at his radiant best, of carrying the cub over the line again. I think that last World Cup was the one that it seemed to me to be their cup. This was the one, but proved not to be. So close.
Villa and company awaiting their arrival for the second half.
I said, always consistently involved in Sampaoli's team, the 32-year-old Biglia. Eva Banega.
Gabriel Mercado.
One. Yeah. Good player. Yang. For Sevilla now.
Into the middle for Messi. Higuaín tries to turn. Dispossessed rather easily by Ade this time.
And great run by Messi. The pass is typical Messi. Threads it beautifully and expected the little touch pass back.
Good outlet. 3v3 if they hurry. Ball launched across for Nason, but too far, and smartly played by Salvio out for the corner. Well, Sampaoli saw something he didn't like. Barking down the bench. On the bench he has the likes of a Banega. He has Dybala. But there is no Icardi, and it doesn't look like there will be yet again.
Team chemistry, of course, is always paramount for any football club and a national team. Given Icardi's personal involvements and the sentiment towards him, it's a coach's decision in the end, and Sampaoli ignoring Icardi. We'll see if it will be at his cost. Higuaín and Dybala and the like are going to have to step up and put those memories of Icardi in the past.
Good ball wide for Salvio. Forced to retreat. Lo Celso chips it all the way across, but missed the angle for Messi.
I think he's going for Di Maria on that back post. You may be right, Phil. Di Maria covering on that back post, playing well. Big rumours about Angel leaving PSG, part of the whole restructuring of the Parisians because of financial fair play and the like. We'll see if that works out. Tremendous player.
And that is going to do it for the opening half. So the 18th minute penalty for Messi, the lone goal. Mishak Jerome exchanging pleasantries with the legend.